Hello, we are going to go over 30 days of moon phases and how to use each one of them to manifest your ultimate goal. All right, let's jump right in. New moon. We're starting on the new moon. Get into your next month. We're in the middle of October now. Look at November. Look at November's new moon, or whatever month you're watching this in. Look at the next new moon and get yourself prepped because we're going to do this 30 days. Okay. The new moon is all about introspection, analysis, and reflection. I have a lot to talk about, so you're going to see me glancing down to make sure that I can remember all of the notes I've taken about each one of these moon phases, because I really want you to get the most manifestation ability out of each one. So the new moon is when we set our goals. We cleanse our altar or set up an altar, and then we focus on either protecting or open roads. So we either need to focus on protecting what we already have in the works towards that long-term goal, or work on opening roads so we can get to that long-term goal if things aren't quite stacked up quite right for you to obtain it yet. The next is the Waning Crescent. This is time for manifestation, especially for abundance, prosperity, career and business, and long-term material gain or financial goals. This comes up quickly. It's only the second phase that we're talking about, and it comes up quickly because it's really important for you to gain a strategic, firm, stable hold on your finances. It's going to be really difficult for you to manifest if you're worried about where you're going to live next month, or you're worried about where your next meal is going to come from. If those are things that you need help with, I'm happy to help you with some resources, but I really want you to focus on material gain and stability right now. And how we do that, a very simple, powerful technique. Get a really beautiful clay pot or really beautiful jar and start adding all of your spare change into it. Anything that you find around your house, anything left over in your pocket, your purse, your wallet at the end of the day, any money you pick up and find, put it in that jar and label that jar clearly for what goal it is towards. If it's a new house, if it's an investment, if it's retirement, if it's a college fund, if it's for you to take a new class, be very clear about what that money is for. And I don't care if you had 1 penny a week, that's not the point. The point is not the amount, it's the action. Next we have first quarter. First quarter is all about growth, healing, and love. So you're going to have to figure out which one of these areas you need to focus on to manifest your goal. Whether it's something you need to heal and resolve that's a blockage that's standing in your way, whether it's something you need to outgrow or allow yourself to grow into and accept that you are worthy of achieving that goal, or if it's something where your self-love is wrapped up into it and that's why you're not achieving your goal. Maybe you think you don't deserve it, or you're not worthy of it, or maybe you think, why should I get to have that when so many other people are without? You need to really address how you feel about yourself and not think about anybody else. This is the time to be selfish and focus on you and what you want for your life, because when it comes down to it, that's the only life you have, and it's the only life you can control. Next, we have Waning Gibbous. This is time to plan, observe, and reevaluate. So, write down a couple steps in your next plan to reach that big goal. There's your planning. Observe what's been aligned so far for you. Are you starting to see little things manifest that are towards that goal? And if you haven't, maybe reevaluate where some blocks are in your work and what you need to maybe take a couple steps back, go back, reevaluate, and redo some of these really quickly, revisit them so that we can get you on track and get this progress moving for you. The next is full moon, my favorite. Everybody says you cannot manifest during the full moon because technically that's the moon at its peak and it's getting smaller after that, visually of course. I disagree. It is my favorite time to manifest, and I think it is a huge factor in why I can manifest. So, what do we do on the full moon? Any spell that you frickin' want to. Anything you've ever wanted to work on. You ever wanted to try glamoring? Maybe you want to do household protection. Maybe you want to do some travel protection for your car. Maybe you want to try to, manifest a winning lottery ticket. Anything that you want to do, give yourself the chance to do it on the full moon, because that's what the full moon is about. There's also another exercise that I want you to do, and this is an exercise about your intuition. Figure out something small that you do every day or every week. Maybe you always drive to the same coffee shop and you get the exact same flavor of coffee every time. Try going to a different coffee shop and ordering a different coffee. I know it sounds really simple and trite and stupid, but what you're going to find is you're going to also enjoy that coffee shop and you're going to also enjoy that coffee. It gives yourself the chance to take a small calculated risk that really doesn't have any loss to you if you don't like it, if it ends up not working out. It's not like you made a bet of $5,000 and lost. What it's going to do is you're going to find you enjoy it, and it's going to strengthen your intuition and also your faith in your ability to make good choices for yourself. That you don't have to follow the same old path, or what's most convenient to go to, or what you've been told to do. You can do something a little bit different and the outcome will still be great. This is a very small but powerful intuition strengthening exercise. Next is the Waning Gibbous. This is the third day of the full moon. Now it's time for removal, cleansing, and detox. By now in your month, you should have gotten some inklings and some clues as to what's standing in your way. And it's time to think about removing those. And that can be as simple as writing those things down, whether they're negative self-thoughts, self-talk, whether there are other people you found that aren't so supportive in your life and you would like them to be more supportive, to write those things down on a piece of paper, and it's now time to burn that piece of paper, detox, and remove those things from your life symbolically. Last quarter, rest and reset. Now we take a break from all this manifesting and this spell work. Give yourself 1 to 3 days off. I recommend staying within 1 to 2. 3 days can start to turn into a whole new habit, and we'll have to relearn the whole cycle if you stop at this point. So take time to rest, enjoy a good book, have a nice spiritual bath, and really just allow yourself to reset, absorb everything that you've done so far over the last month, and just really enjoy it, and allow yourself to take some time to rejuvenate, okay, and renew. This is also a good time right between the last quarter and the Waning Crescent. It's a great time for justice and return spells. Now the reason I bring this up is because by this point in the month, you may have really figured out that somewhere along your path, something happened and it really screwed you up. It really screwed up your ability to believe in yourself, your ability, you think, to manifest at this point and set your life on a different trajectory. Now, while none of that really matters, because today is today and the past is the past, it's important for you to be able to let that go. So this is a time for you to ask for balance to be restored in your life. Whatever that looks like to you, try to keep it in a positive way. Try not to wish harm on others. But if it comes to them, receiving the lessons that they need to learn so that they can adjust their ways so that they don't do it to anybody else, that is absolutely 100% valid, and it is okay to ask for that. So now is the time we ask for balance to be restored. And we also forgive ourselves for that person having control over so much of our life and so much of what we believe controls our manifesting abilities. Waning Crescent. This is your last step in the month. Gratitude and offerings. This is the most important part, in my opinion. You need to write a list for everything that you currently have in your life that you are grateful for. It can be the smallest thing. It can be the food in your refrigerator. It can be the fact that you have water coming out of your faucet, that you have heat when you turn the heat on, that you have air conditioning when you turn the air conditioning on. Because really, those aren't small things. Most of the world doesn't have those things. So it's really, really important to be grateful for just the bare necessities. Be gratitude for yourself. Be gratitude for your own power. Be grateful for your amazing ingenuity for being on this wonderful spiritual magical path. Be grateful, be proud of yourself. Be grateful for those around you. Be grateful for your home. And then make offerings to show that gratitude. Take some beautiful flowers, or maybe your first serving of food at your dinner time, or maybe bake something special, or maybe buy something special, but something that's biodegradable. Take it outside to a spot that you love, maybe under a tree or in a cemetery or in a field or in a forest or in a park. And leave it there with your open heart of gratitude and state what you're grateful for, and ask the universe to recognize it. And by this is how you will truly start to manifest true abundance and true progress in your life. So I want you to follow those exercises. Map out your weeks for the next month. And let me know how things are going. If you get stuck, I'm only an email away. conjuredcardia@gmail.com. Be blessed.